welcome to Colette's Craft Corner. So this video is part of the Farmall quilt project, and I thought I would show you how I trim up my squares to make pinwheels. I need to make a few more pinwheels. I'm finally getting around to it. So what I've already done here is I just had some excuse me, the 5-inch squares, which my cat is sitting on, so I can't pick them up right this second, but okay, so they look like this, just from the charm packs, the pre-cuts, and I sewed, let's see if I can get another one, putting them together so they're even, and then sewing around each side, all 4 sides, with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then let's see, cutting them after they're sewn together, cutting them in both diagonals, corner to corner. And in doing that, I don't have one that I've done up, and come on, Kitty, you gotta give me one of these. I actually already have the first strip sewn together. Got a lot of strings here. Okay. But then you get these squares once you've pressed them open, and then in order to get them there, you need to trim them up. And these rulers with all the lines, very helpful. This is one from Missouri Star. But taking this center line and lining that up directly on the center line, the seam line of your squares. Okay, and when we're finished, it'll be 3 inches squared. So I've got it on the center line. That's the most important thing right now, to make sure everything lines up properly later on. And then trimming up this side and this side. So I'll do that right now. Probably not the best with my rotary cutter. I need to change the blade. Ow. Plus my wrist is giving me trouble, so I have to sometimes be ambidextrous on these, and that's not always a good thing. But in this case, yeah, I got a little bit. Okay. There. Yeah, definitely need a new blade here. Alright, I'm going to have to trim that after. Alright, and then turn your square around so that this side, you still got that same line and the same slant. Only this time, you line up that center line and the edges. Now that these are mostly squared up, you line that up on your 3-inch mark, and then your center line here, and that should square you right up. Oops. And possibly in the near future I will get a rotary, or a one of those cutting mats that turns for you, so you don't have to move your squares. But it's a future thing because I think that would really help me, especially with the way my wrists are, especially my left. I'm left-handed, so that's the side that gets sore really fast. Alright, so there, get all this lint away. Alright, so there is a square. There. Alright, so this is what it looked like before, and this is after. So everything's nice point to point, and that's what helps keep you nice and set, square, or your points real crisp, is to keep that line just right on this center line on the ruler. So, alright, and then after that, then that's when you put them together so that the points all meet in the middle to make your pinwheels. And there's lots of different ways that you can turn these and make different patterns. What am I missing here? That way, I need to turn this one. No. No. How? Well, I don't know what I'm missing here. How did that happen? Not quite sure what the heck is happening. Oh, there we go. It was that one that needed turning. Alright. Probably going to be a lot of editing on this video. Alright. So there is our pinwheel. And from here, I just start sewing them together in sets. This over here, and I start chaining them together. And then once the sets are done, then snip them and start putting them this way and sewing along this line so that you have complete sets for your pinwheels. So once that's done, then there will be another video on the next step, which hopefully, if I get to that tonight and I can move my cat off of my project here, just give you a sort of a sneak peek of what's going on here. But she planted herself there and she does not want to get up. So, yeah. Alright, so hopefully we'll be making some really good progress on this over the next week. Please like and subscribe. We got more to come. Hopefully I will get this project done. I'm hoping in the next few weeks. I'd like to get it done before spring. So see you in the next one. Bye. Welcome. So I've got all the trimming done, and so now I am chain stitching my squares. And so the way I do that is I always lay out the square first to make sure that everything is turned the right way. It's very easy to get messed up, and you know, it makes a whole different pattern if things aren't going the proper way. So what I'm doing is I'm just flipping the top one over, right sides together, and then making sure everything's lined up properly, and chain stitching them as I go. Okay, and now the bottom piece, the same thing. Flipping it over, right sides together, 1/4 inch seam allowance. Oops. And sometimes if I get a lead foot, it starts to bind up a little, so I just have to stop, catch it, and adjust. Okay, and that has given me this big long string, and I just keep doing this, laying them out. And this way, and this way. So I always try to do that so it looks right, because a little while ago I must have sat here for 2 minutes just staring at it, trying to figure out what was wrong, and I swear I turned all of them every which way, and it was the last one that I turned that made it right. Not sure how I did that, but I did it. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on this, get all of these done. Then I'm gonna trim them, press them, and then I'm going to sew them all, probably chain stitch again in the other direction, so that it makes a full pinwheel, or so that it's all sewn together. And I'll probably do a short little video for that as well. So, nope. There we go. All right. See you in the next one. And we're back. All right. So now I have sewn all of the individual squares together and to form this set. So now, and I also have pressed them all open. So now I just need to right sides together, trying to line up the seams, the center seams, as the best I can. And then a 1/4 inch seam, and I will be chain stitching all of these together. Sometimes in that center seam is a little bit bulky, so I'm trying to offset where they come together, so it's not quite as bulky there, where one seam goes one way and the other seam goes the other way. Okay. Be moving